do it alone, I own myself. Stay home for you, don't get playing dirty here below my belt. I'ma get the bad, do the show myself. I had to show myself. Make room on my plate. I just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way. I fed up the crib with cars, the halls with all the all. I'm still having space.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The 49ers get ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his third NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now 2nd and 3.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's Ryan Rico now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right on the 30. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The Cardinals hit 3 and 1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
1st down, Murray. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 19 carries, 86 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. You look at this Arizona defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get?
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw, Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Throwing on first down is Murray. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
There he goes, left side. And he's out right at the 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. On first down, it's Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to...
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Murray now. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. He'll buy some time right. This is taken in by McBride. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run here with Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Murray. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Murray now to throw. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And they run the option on 2nd down. They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Throwing here, Purdy. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Murray going to fire one out wide. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On play action, it's Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. That's going left, and Prater missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 45 yards. And the Niners have got it back to within a score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that'll make our score 14-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Now Murray sees something. He's going to change it up. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. He's to the 15, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here. Maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
To throw, it's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Murray. Buying time to his left. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Cardinals. yards. And the Cardinals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 21-14. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 13. Looking to throw. Completes it to Jennings. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Purdy now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out now come the Cardinals. And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, now you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Eluding. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Murray. Forced out to his left. Goes right back to McBride. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Being chased out left. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Connor is in. Touchdown, Arizona. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. That time a 9-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. ends out on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd down and 3. Here's the option. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Purdy. That's Samuel, caught left side. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception. But playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 2nd and 7. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation. This is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Here's Purdy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kaiser White, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw it, Murray. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd down and 6 now. Shotgun now for Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Murray again. He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw is Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. Here's Purdy to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score. And all that would be their last points of the game.
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Cards, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL.
Like damn, why I get a like yarn? I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, tryna avoid my hurt. About 6 point something in the field like church. Or the hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 488 in the glide like Kurt. I've been living off golf on the last few deals. When the night check came and I still got chills. Hit a 2K lick, I ain't even go pro. Got a boss outlet, now I'm smelling like gold. Call me Ice Cube, baby, where they sit on my chain. Heard a lame. Tryna play up my name when I'm 23 to it. And I'm going no brain, going dumb with these hundreds in my thumb. Got stank. Out here, everything come free. I ain't never met God, but I bet he know me. Put the money in a set of down them streets. To the boy, I ain't hooping, I ain't riding on fleek. Got a Porsche light skin in the ceiling, got peeled. I was 20 plus young when got real. Young black boy running, got me out of that field. Better living off game, you should get it on film. I ain't never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for that mind, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime, broke really outline. Talk like you Tony, I'll grind, throwing 20 on.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Share they G, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that end zone? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My thing Kindle. I'm beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my mans, a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it, I'm backing, I'm on. I feel like candy. My mama, yeah, I know that. It was me and bro, buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let so she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Adam crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real.
Here we go again. You ready?
Keep the back
Yeah. Money talks, what the is he saying? Huh? You can ask his, then ask his, who's the man? Bro, them get the stepping like parades about them bands. My little Tinkerbell, cause I'm fly as Peter Pan. Yeah, let's go, get some money, they playing. Popped up out this Cybertruck, my wrist cost a lamb. I'm tired of buying cars to my driveway jam. The neighbors still trying.